the question for?
Sir, we have to share the Excel screen, sir. You're sharing the wrong screen, I guess. We cannot see anything.
Okay. Now you can see. Okay. So this is the question for your average rate of return. Let me tell you how to proceed. What you will have to do? You deduct the revenue from expenses, then whatever profit comes for each year, find out the average of the 7 years profit. Then divide it by the investment, that is 100 crores here. Okay. This is based on profit after tax. It is not based on cash flow. Remember, average rate of return is based on profit after tax. Find out. 2 minutes time. All are doing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So is the answer 4.83?
Your answer I am writing. Let us see.
So 0.22.
Yes, sir, 0.2.
Recording in progress.
This is Ninna directed.
Recording stopped.
Okay. So how much you told?
Sir, one confusion. Will it be the average profit divided by 100 crores or 100 crores divided by the average profit?
You tell me. Apply your mind. If you
Okay,
want to
okay, sir, got it.
find out the return on investment, how do you find out? How much it is?
So 0.22.
So you see, whenever you are expressing the return of an investment, you should put it in percentage terms. So it is 22.14%. 14%. Okay. 22.14%. Now tell me whether you should accept the project or not. Find out the ARR and comment on whether we should accept the project with an expected return of 12%. Should you accept it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Your
accept
return
because,
is?
sir, because the project PAR is more than the 12%.
Yes. So your return is 22.14%. Expected return is 12%. So it is more. That's why you should accept. Remember, the accept reject rule is more than the expectation of the investor. If the investor is expecting certain percentage and you are getting more from the project, then you should accept the project. Okay. So read the next project problem. It is payback period. So this one is the payback period. Remember, in payback period, we take the cash flow, but it is undiscounted. It is not discounted. In your average rate of return, you take the profit after tax, and as such, you see, it is not discounted. Are you doing? So how do you do it? So you see, you have got a cash inflow of 150, 200, 120, 170, 190, and 140. So in how many years this 700 crores is covered? That you have to find out. Okay? Take another 2 minutes time, finish up. Could you get me? So 6 years cash inflow is given. 700 years is your 700 crores is your investment. In what time period you will cover this 700 crores? That you will have to find out. Is it done? Ashish Paikrai, are you doing?
Yes, sir. Sir, 4 year 4 month. Is it right, sir?
Let us see. Let few others do, then we'll see. So 4 years, 4 months.
Yes, sir.
Sarda?
Yes, sir.
Sir, how did you get the 4-month period? It is between 4 and 5. So how did you calculate the month?
Okay, I'll tell. You tell me what is your result. You tell me, I will explain. Sarda,
Yes, it is between 4 years and 5 years, but I am not sure about the month, sir.
Fine. I'll explain. Anybody else has done it? Aditi?
Doing.
Still doing? Divyajyoti?
Doing, sir.
Okay, take 1 minute more.
Yes, sir. 4 years, 4 months.
Okay, let me explain it. How are you doing? You see, it is like this. You put 700 crores here, 700 crores here. Then you see in how many years it covers. So 150, 200, 120, 160. Up to this level you have covered 640 crores. So how many crores are left out?
60.
60 crores are left out.
Yes, sir.
So in this 190, what is the proportion of 60? And no number of months. So 60 divided by 190 multiplied by 12. So you get 3.78 or that is 4 months. So your payback period is 4 years, 4 months. Remember, never find average. It is always like progressing one after other. Otherwise you cannot find out the payback period. So usually people what they do, they add up all the figures and divide by 700, multiplied by 7 years. That is not the way. What you have to do, year after year you see how much it is covering. Because suppose this year it is 300 crores, here it is 100 crores. Or this year 300 crores, here it is 50 crores. It makes a lot of difference because in a specific year you may find out the payback period instead of having an average. Are you getting me? So step by step proceed. Year 1, year 2, year 1 covered, year 2 covered, year 3 covered, year 4 covered. Then how much is left out? That fraction of that year. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
E-
Yes, sir.
Every, yes. So you see here, remember this is undiscounted cash flow. You are not discounting it. What is the accept reject rule? Less than the expectation of the investor. Investor is expecting 5 years, but you are able to give it back in the. So here you tell me whether we should accept the project.
Sir, reject, sir. Reject the.
We should reject. Why?
Yes,
Reject.
sir.
He is expecting 4 years, but your payback period is coming 4.4.
4 years.
Okay. So is it understood? Remember, undiscounted cash flow, accept reject rule less than the expected of the investor, and the basis is considering cash flow. But in case of average rate of return, it is not cash flow, it is profit after tax. Find out the average, divide by the investment. Okay. Now, let us do the NPV. This is the, do you see the question? You must be having in your laptop also. Find out the NPV of a project with the following figures. So revenue, management expenses, personal expense, other expenses, depreciation, interest expenses given. One minute. Okay. So do you see the question here? You have a project income is charged at a corporate income tax rate of 25%. That will be the NPV of the project with cash outlay of 300 crores and cost of capital 10%. So this cost of capital is given for the discounting. Now you see what you do. You follow these steps. Add up all expenses. Deduct the total expenses from revenue. Then you get the PBT. Find out 25% tax on PBT. And not always 20, whatever is given. Here it is given 25%, where I am charging 25%. Find out PAT by deducting tax from PBT. Add up the depreciation with your PAT. You find out undiscounted cash flow. Multiply the discounting factor with the cash flow. And add up the discounting cash flow. The difference between discounted cash flow and outflow is NPV. Could you get it? Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Step by step, carry on. I give you 15 minutes time.
Sir, we will count depreciation as a expenses.
Rishabh, are you doing? Rishabh? Nirvik? Am I audible? Shreya?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shreya, are you
Yes.
doing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it over?
The second, third step. I mean the third step.
Okay, okay.
Sir, while calculating the expenses, we will add the depreciation or it will be added after the
No,
calculate.
add everything to add. All
Okay,
expenses.
sir.
Is it over? All have switched up their video.
So in the last step, sir.
Do it, do it. Sarda, how much is the NPV?
We're doing last 2 steps.
So it is 13.05.
13.05.
13.05. Yes, sir. 13.05.
Let us see the answer. So you added up the expenses, total expenses like this, you just check 83, 88, 99, 96, 108, 103, 102.
Yes, sir.
PBT is 37, 52, 51, 54, 62, 37 and 18.
Yes, sir.
Tax is 9.25, 13, 12.75, 13.5, 15.5, 9.25 and 4.5, 25%. That you deduct it,
Yes, sir.
27.75, 39, 38.25, 40.5, 46.5, 27.75 and 13.5. Depreciation then you add, it is 52.75, 64, 63.25, 65.5, 71.5, 52.5, 38.5. Okay. Now, discounting factor from present value table, 10% you have taken, 0.909, 0.826, 7.51, 0.751, 683, 621, 564 and 513. And discounted cash employees. Is it correct? Matching with your answer?
Sir, can you directly
Yes,
do
sir.
it 52.75 into 90%?
But it is 0.909.
Sir, how
You
is
see,
it,
in
sir?
present value table, you tell me, in present value table, how it is given? It is factor. Factor means 1 divided by the figure.
Okay, sir.
So, are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So, these factors straight away will multiply, whatever they are in the present value table. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So discounted cash inflow is like this, 47.9 and 19.75. Then total cash inflow is 286.95. Cash outflow is 300. So it is NPV negative 13.05. because your inflow is lesser than outflow. So you should accept or reject.
Reject, sir.
You should reject. So what is the accept reject rule? Accept reject rule is NPV should be positive. Okay. NPV should be positive. That is the accept reject rule of NPV. Could you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now, this 300 crores not necessarily this will be invested in a single year. It may be spread over a period of time. Then what do we do? So you see how we are doing. Do you see the cash outflow here? Cash outflow. These are the figures. Okay. So what do you do? 1 minute.
So we can use the discounting factor over there also, sir.
Just a minute, I'm telling you. So this is your cash inflow. So we, instead of investing in a single year, we have invested in 3 years. So what you do before on discounting, you add it up with the undiscounted cash flow. So cash outflow is negative figure. 125, 100 and 175. So we deduct from this one. This becomes minus 72.75, 36.25, 6.75. Then figures are as it is. Then what you do? Multiply the discounting factor. And then add up the figure, that will be your NPV. Instead of deducting a cash outflow at the end, straight get the net figure, discount it and find out what is the NPV. Got it? Got it or not? Tell me.
Sir, please again, sir.
What I am telling you, in this case what you do, the cash outflow when it is spread over a period of time, before discounting the undiscounted cash flow, you first deduct this cash outflow. 52.75 minus 125 is 72.75 minus 64 minus 100 is 36 minus 63.25 minus 125 61. You see, cash outflow
We
you are
treat it as
deducting.
expense, right?
Cash outflow you are deducting. Cash inflow is it is inflow, it is outflow. Outflow means it is negative in nature. So you remove these figures, then you get these figures, net figures. Then what you do? Discounting factor multiply. After multiplying, you get the discounted cash inflow. Okay. Not rather you said net cash inflow. So NPV you add up all the figures. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Don't wait till the last to deduct the cash outflow. Rather, in the undiscounted cash inflow, you adjust the cash outflow, then discount it. That is the right way of doing. So most of the cases it is done like that. Okay. In most of the cases in real life projects, it is done like that. The outflow is deducted from the inflow, then discounting is done. Okay. So accept reject rule is NPV should be positive. So here, you see in this case the NPV is negative, so project should be rejected. Rejected. Okay. Is it done? Are you able to get me? Somebody should answer. Few students should answer. Did you get me?
Yes, sir.
Now you see, directly through a formula also you can get it. How do you find out? Let us see. @ NPV, then give the discounting rate 0.10, then select it. It is 3.16 minus. Done? Instead of multiplying the discounting factor, you can do like this also. Straight through the Excel formula. Got it?
Sir, can you repeat the formula? Excellent.
You see what you do? You write NPV and put a parenthesis, put the discounting factor 0.1, comma, then select the range. So when you select the range, outflow you don't take separately. You add up the outflow and then discount, and the figures will directly NPV come. Okay.
Okay.
So is it, you found out minus 3.15, here it is coming minus 3.16. With the approximation, other things still coming little bit different. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then so remember NPV, how do you define NPV? NPV is defined as the difference, present value is the difference between discounted cash flow inflow and discounted cash outflow. Okay. And then we will discuss IRR. What is IRR? The rate which equates the discounted cash flow with the discounted cash outflow. Tell me at IRR what will be NPV? IRR is defined like this: the rate which equates the discounted cash inflow with the discounted cash outflow. So suppose I am discounting the cash flow with my IRR. What will be my NPV? Anybody? No answer? Vitisri?
Zero.
It should be?
Zero.
It should be 0. Why? Because it is equating cash inflow with cash outflow. So when both are same, so how do I write? I write same. What is my NPV? My NPV is equal to discounted cash inflow minus discounted cash outflow. So I am telling that I will discount at such a rate that this figure equates, means equal to this one. That means this is same as this one. I can write discounted cash inflow minus discounted cash inflow because both are same. So it becomes 0. Remember this. When NPV is found out taking IRR into consideration, NPV is 0. Okay. Are you getting me?
Sir, IRR or XIRR both are same, no?
What is XIRR? I don't know. XIRR. What does it mean? I don't know. Okay. Now let us see how to calculate IRR. So here you see, in your Excel formula, you can easily find out any cash flow, IRR, NPV, no need to go for discounting factor. But why you are doing it like this? Just for our understanding. Where does it lie? How do you find out the figures? Are you getting me? So now you see, we are finding out the IRR for the above cash flow. So my 98 cash inflow I have written down just by profit from this figure. It is my undiscounted cash inflow. These figures. Okay. So these figures I took it here. Then I found out 5%. I discounted this cash flow at 5%. How much it becomes? So you see, these are the discounting factors for 5%. Then NPV at 5%, I found out 21.80. Are you getting me? So what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to find out IRR from my cash flow of NPV. Then at 15%, my NPV at 15% is this figure. Are you getting me? Getting it or not? Take two arbitrary rates and find out the NPV at those rates. So you see here in the timeline, what is the figure? I put 5% here. %, 15%. What is the figure for 5%? 21.80. What is the figure for 15%? Minus 20.37. So my timeline is like this. True or not? Getting me?
Yes, sir.
So my purpose is I want to find out NPV is 0 because at that point I can find out the IRR. So NPV 0 lies in between these two. True or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is the rate difference? Rate difference is 15 minus 5, 10%. What is the value difference? 21.8 and 22.37. So if you deduct it, it will become plus. So it becomes 42.17. Correct? So for 42.17, so unitary method will add up. 42.17, my rate differential is 10%. If I take 1, my rate difference will be 10% by 42.17, that is 0.237. Okay? Now, if I take 21.80, my rate differential will be 5.169. That means this distance rate differential is 5.169. So, what is the zero value? Where I can get the zero value? 5 plus 5.169. That is 10.169. Could you get it? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. Okay. I'll explain you again. I found out NPV at two rates, that is right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One is 5%, another is 15%. What is the value for 5%?
21.80.
21.80. What is the value for 15%?
20.37.
Minus 20.37.
I am finding out the difference between these two. How much is the difference? 10%.
32.14.
What is the difference between these two values?
42.17.
42.17.
Here is the total figure. I want to arrive somewhere here which is 0%. True or not? 5, you see, plus figure, minus figure. 0 lies somewhere in between. So, what I am telling you, rate differential 10% is equivalent to value differential 42.17. Right or wrong? Right. So otherwise reverse way I can say value differential 42.17 is rate differential 10%. Then I write value differential 1. That is equal to 10% divided by 42.17. Right or wrong? Tell me, tell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then value differential 21.80, that is equal to 21.80 multiplied by 10% by 42.17. How much it is? 5.169.
5.169.
So do you observe when this difference is 21.80, this is this much, 0 to this one. What will be the rate differential? 5.169. True. So what I will do? I am going from 5% towards 15%. So if I add up this rate, I will get the zero value. 5 plus 5.169, 10.169. Got it? Got it or not? Here, if you could not get, I will explain again. Hello?
So actually it's the third place on the go. So and this is Saturday, so all of next year all of them will join me. So the
I am not able to hear you. Well, speak slowly. Tell. Abhik,
yes sir, actually didn't get it again sir.
you could not get it. Okay.
Yes sir.
It is simple. 10 बच्चे को 50 रसगुल्ला दिया जाता है. एक बच्चे को कितना?
Yes sir.
5 रसगुल्ला. 3 बच्चे को कितना? 15.
15.
Same way. 10 per 15% rate differential is 42.17. One rate differential, value differential is 10% by 42.17.
Sir,
Tell.
sir, why we were trying to do it to 0%?
Because we define now at zero value NPV, at zero IR, zero value of NPV, you get the IRR. At zero value of NPV, you get the IRR because that way we defined it. That when you discount the cash flow in IRR, your NPV will be zero. I told it or not? That is happening. You see, two things. I have got two things. One is cash inflow, another is cash outflow. So the differential is NPV. Getting it? But what is NPV is an amount. But cash inflow minus cash outflow. If this becomes zero, then I will tell this is my IRR or this is a break-even point. Cash inflow, cash outflow is same. Got it?
Yes, sir.
IRR is a rate. IRR is a rate. NPV is a amount or value. So now what I am trying to do? From NPV value I am finding out the IRR rate. How I am finding out? You see 2 points are given. 5% is given, 15% is given. 5% value is given 21.80, 15% value is given 20.37. So you will have to find out somewhere zero value. You cannot find out. Unitary method you must have studied in class 3, class 4. Getting me? Otherwise you can do it like this. I put it this way, you can understand better, I believe. Okay, so I put this difference as 15%, so I put 21.80 multiplied by 10% divided by 42.17. That tells this differential, this rate. Yes or no? Unitary method you have not studied.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, This rate is 5.17. So you see, 5% is 121.80. If I cover another 5.17, I will reach 0 point. So 5 plus 5.17, that is this point rate is 10.17. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Have we got it?
Yes, sir.
But this is 10.17. So why you should not do that? Because you see you are proceeding from 5% to 15%. Your rate is increasing this side. So you should add up. If you are calculating from 15%, you will deduct it. How do you do it? If it is from 15% you are calculating, so you will put it like this. You will put 20.37 divided by 42.17. This is multiplied by 10%, 15% minus. You will get the same figure, 10.1. Got it?
Yes, sir.
This is 5% plus 21.80 by 42.17 multiplied by 10%. That is 10.17. Both rate is same. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Only Sarada, nobody else?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
So you see, primarily we are doing it to understand the concept that NPV is 0 at IRR. That's why we are doing this interpolation. Otherwise, directly you can also find out. Suppose I put the formula of IRR, how the discount will see. What is the cash flow? Undiscounted cash flow we take. So you see, here we have found out. I put IRR, then you select 4.10, suppose I put. Any rate you can put, or IRR. It is a guess. It is a guess rate means I can put 0.10, I can put 0.08, you can put 0.09, anything that you can put. Then 9.25%. You see in IRR the result will be little bit different. Why? Because fractions are more than when internet is your system is calculating. You are averaging it out. Second is in the same rate IRR is discounted. NPV is discounted at 10%, but IRR is varying. 9.25 with many figure you will change also. But that's why its figure is little bit different. It is 9.25, 10 around 1% difference is coming when you are calculating through manually and when you are finding it out through systems. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
If I ask you a question, you can answer it in the exam. Most of your questions will be from this area. Try on your own and do it.
Sir, can you share
Another
this?
thing is,
Can you share this slide
huh?
with us?
Yes, sir. Can you please share this slide?
Which one?
This one,
Sir,
sir.
this
This
one.
one.
You already
This one,
said.
sir.
Sir, but there we are having only the question, not
Yes,
the
sir.
explanation.
Just check your classroom now. Tell me.
Okay, sir. Got it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Profitability index, how do you do? It is discounted cash inflow divided by discounted cash outflow. What is my discounted cash inflow? So this is my discounted cash inflow. This one. This is my discounted cash outflow. So you divide it. It becomes 0.9565. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So you divide it. It becomes 0.9565. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So you divide it. It becomes 0.9565. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is less than 1. So it is less than 1. Should you accept? 0.9565 is No. So accept reject rule for profitability index is it should be more than 1. For NPV, what is the accept reject rule? Come on. It should be
Positive, it has
positive.
to
IRR should be more than the expectation of the investor. ARR, it should be more than the expectation of the investor. Payback period should be less than the expectation of the investor. Okay? Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, request, sir, can we please stop over here?
Yes, sir.
From all our sections, sir.
I'm not able to hear you. You are
Can we
already
please
done.
stop? Can we not continue any further for the day?
Abhi, what are you saying? You are resounding. Tell again.
Sir, we are
Sir,
requesting you to stop the session right now.
Somebody else you should tell.
sir, he is saying that can we please stop from this session? Means now can we stop? Sir, students are less, so he is telling that.
You want to go? Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem. So we close?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
can you mark my attendance? Actually, I joined a bit late and I just missed my attendance.
Why you are joining late?
No, sir, it was just I joined at 4:18, but at that time I had missed my attendance.
Yes, sir, me also.
418? No. It can't be 418. It must be 428. Okay, anyway. Mahasweta Panda.
Sir, Tishri Parida, 318.
Mahasweta Panda.
Sir, Siddhant Acharya, 329.
1 minute. Let me mark her attendance. Mahasweta, what is your roll number?
So 174.
174. Okay. Who else?
Sir, Tishri Parida, 318.
318. Tishri Parida. Okay, fine.
Siddhant Acharya, 329.
329.